Welcome to TrigTacToe, everyone. My name is Frank. Today we're going to be talking about the Rofis KR20. This is a tactical flashlight from the good people over at Rofis. They sent it to me to give it a try. We took it down to some caves in southern Utah. We'll show you how that went and give it a review. Let's get to it. Welcome to TrigTacToe, everyone. My name is Frank. It's been a couple of weeks since I've last posted a video. I apologize for that. I try to be more regular, but this is something I do on the side, so I'm not able to post every week. I recently received a flashlight from Rofis. I've received a couple of these already, and this is the second one. This is the Rofis KR20. This is a more tactical flashlight, but it also kicks out the same 1100 lumens that the TR20 does, the same one that I reviewed about 3 or 4 weeks ago. See, this is a really nice flashlight. We're going to walk through it and tell you what I think. Overall impressions, this is a solid, like I mentioned, well-built flashlight. I love to hold it, love to have it in my hand. It feels like many of the other flashlights that you would find in the tactical area. Has a clicky tail switch with these guards around the edges to kind of prevent from pressed button if you have it in your pocket or somewhere else. Along those ridges right here you have holes that will kind of hold on to a lanyard. Has the standard clip as well as the knurling and the HA3 hard anodized military coating that protects it from scratches, which is really nice. Then here on the head, like most flashlights, tactical lights, you have a striking bezel. This is a stainless steel bezel that has the ridges less pronounced than some. Some of them you have a much more crown-like appearance, and these ones are much more subdued. But nonetheless, made of stainless steel that protect the components inside the lens, add a little bit of protection there, and allow for a more aggressive styling for other uses that you can think of. The mode switch, which we'll talk about in just a second, as well along the side, and then the recharging port. I really like this because it, I've said this before and probably say it again. The ability to recharge, the ability to have a light that functions in the case of an emergency. This is a nice feature to have. So it comes with the micro USB port here on the side, and then the rechargeable batteries to go with it. And of course the IPX8 waterproof rating, which translates into about 30 minutes of protection up to 2 meters of water. So pretty standard features across the board, but it feels nice in my hand, good balance. Really like this. Now the light source and power supply on the KR20 is the same as the TR20. It's a Cree XPL high V3 LED. Long name, but the bottom line is it kicks out 1100 lumens, blinding in any night environment. And when I took this into the cave, you can see that the whole cave just lights up and the beam is clearly visible. Rofis claims that the beam is focused and can throw the light much further than competing lights. I can't confirm that. I don't pretend to, but you can see in the cave a very focused beam that's coming out of this lens, and there's some a wider beam on the outside, but the bulk of the power coming out of this thing is pretty focused, and which makes it nice to throw this light when you want to throw a beam very, very far. And so I think it does a good job at that. Again, like the TR20, the KR20 comes powered with the rechargeable 18650 battery, or it can be powered by 2 of the CR123A batteries that also work. Now, of course, they need to be rechargeable, so it would be a CR123A, an R CR123A battery that you would need, or 2 of them that you would need. So the best thing about this light is that when it needs to be recharged, like I mentioned, you have this charger here on the side that fits a micro USB charger, can hook up to a laptop or other charging device, and I use my Goal Zero for a lot of my recharging needs. Have a Sherpa 100, and this would work out perfectly. So taking a look at the mode switch again, the Rofis KR20 comes with a mode switch here on the side that has technically 6 settings. You have off and then 5 level of light, starting with the lowest, and it progressively gets brighter. And then it comes with 3 additional, if you click and hold, it comes with 3 additional settings. The first one being a strobe, kind of a blinding light that repeats very quickly. The second one is a signal that repeats slowly. And then lastly is the SOS pattern that you can use in case of an emergency. And then it goes back to the regular setting. The one thing to keep in mind with this, and the thing that kind of stood out to me, is that the highest setting and the second to highest setting, the difference between those two is pretty nominal. Outside, you can kind of see a difference. When it's light at all, you're not going to see any major difference. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, a difference between those two settings, because you almost can't tell the difference. Now, just a couple more things to keep in mind. First is the difference between the clicky tail switch and the mode switch on the side. Both of them have a on-off feature, the tail switch being the master on-off, but the mode switch on the side also has an off setting. When the power is powered on from the tail switch, the nice thing about it is you have this little green light right here that will indicate that there is power, but that is turned off. If you forget that is to check that, or if you turn it on and then put it in your pocket, it can get turned on, and that would run the battery down pretty quick with a light like this, not to mention that it will get pretty hot. So that is the first thing to keep in mind. And the second is kind of what I just mentioned there, that the temperature on any light in this category gets pretty hot. When you're kicking at 1100 lumens, there's the LED node in there is going to get hot, and you're gonna feel it if it's been on for any amount of time. Overall, this is a light that I would carry with me in my EDC, or it's a little bit large for a pocket carry. It has the clip depending on the activity you're involved in, so maybe a little bit large for an EDC, but definitely a bug out bag, definitely a outdoor trip that you're going on. It's solidly built to withstand the elements, like most tactical flashlights, and I'm really impressed. If you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comments below. I love to get your comments. I try to respond as quickly as possible. And if you haven't already done so, we'd love to have you subscribe. A special thanks to Rofis again for sending us this light, letting us play around with it. It's been great. I love it. And until next time, this is Frank. We'll see you. Bye-bye.